life into something that you can never own.
Hello Virgo! So I recorded your video and unfortunately the beginning part of the file was damaged. I don't know how that even happened. So I was able to salvage the most important part of it, but just so you know, I had to cut out the parts where I was shuffling the cards to begin with because I really have no idea. We're in Mercury retrograde and apparently my camera was not having it during the beginning of that recording. So anyway, as always, these are general readings. Take what works and what doesn't work just doesn't work. And this particular reading is for the week of the 8th, January 8th to about the 14th. So. Okay, Virgo. So first up, in your recent past position, you have the 8 of Pentacles, and this is a card of really honing your skill. It's a card of hard work, but diligent hard work, and really being, I want to say, in the moment. You know, you're working towards something, you're doing something, but you're mentally present with it because you're trying to perfect it, you're trying to make it better, you're trying to gain a level of mastery at it, or level up in the situation. And then the 10 of Cups is in your current position, and this is all really about feeling contentment, like emotional satisfaction. You know, you might be in a place right now where you're just very happy, you just feel very content, everything is going well for you. So I think that whatever hard work you've been doing has kind of paid off and put you into this spot where you're like, oh, okay, I feel good right now. I'm in a good place right now. And what's coming in for you is the Page of Cups, and he's a little bit of a dreamer. He's working on gaining a emotional maturity to him, but he's very much dreamer energy. He kind of like bathes in that a little bit. Like he wants to try different things, and he wants to see what kind of connects with him emotionally and what he really enjoys. So I wonder if there might be some type of another dream that you might be going after in the near future. Because I feel like whatever you have done, you've kind of gained some level of expertise, or you gained a level of comfort with it. And now I'm wondering if there might be something new coming in for you that's going to start piquing your interest that you might want to start in the upcoming months. But what your reverse challenging position for the week is the 9 of Wands. Now, the 9 of Wands in reverse, it almost feels like you're depleted in a sense. Like you kind of fought the fight and you're standing, but you might not feel like you have any fight left in you. So that's something to watch out for, because the 8 of Pentacles, that could be draining. It's not necessarily like a battle card in a way, but it's definitely, you know, you're really focused on something, you're doing something diligently. It could drain you. And to get to this place of this 10 of Cups where things are going well, you might feel like you don't have anything else, or you might not want to start a new project or start on a new venture or start a new concept, you know, start trying something different, because you might be like, oh, I just went through all of this and I'm tired now. I don't want to do it anymore. But what is recommended for you is the 7 of Pentacles. And this is a card all about slow progress. It's a card of, is the work that you put in really worth it? But sometimes it is. Sometimes it may not feel like it at the end. All that you put so much hard work into something, and then it's kind of like, oh, that was it. I got it. You got it. And you're like, oh, that was all. But it's a card of slow progress and keeping with something regardless how it's going. You're kind of making progress. You're staying diligent with it. And it may be a pain and it may not be fully worth it in the end, but it will you'll gain something from it. It won't be something that you shouldn't have not done. You should have done it. It's just, it might lead you to something better in the future. So I think this is saying that even if you feel kind of depleted and you feel comfortable in the present moment, that you should definitely, when you have this Page of Cups energy come in, you know, when you're thinking about something new or maybe wanting to try something new, definitely take steps towards it. This is what this is saying. Definitely take steps towards nurturing that. Even if you do it slowly, it's definitely something that could bring you some benefits in the future. So I definitely, let's see what else we get. Let's see what we get with the other cards. Okay. I need a card for my Virgos, please. One card for my Virgos, please. I think there's a card that's upright already. Let me put him correctly. Oh, wait, no, that wasn't it. Sorry. I was screwing things up, guys. One card for my Virgos. Okay, we got 2 of these. Okay, Dragonfly Spirit, Truth Transcends Illusion, and Cat Spirit, Claim Your Independence. So let me take a look also. Let me get a few other things and we'll smoosh it all together. Fluorite, Find Peace Within. Okay, these 2. Cassette, Outdated Thinking, Conditioning, Replaying Events Over in Your Head. And Photograph, Looking at Your Photos, Missing You, Nostalgia, Making New Memories. And one more. Let's get one more thing for you guys. And you know what? We're going to take all 3 of those. Let's see what they say for you. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Let your friends help you. Ask and accept support from others. And heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So let me take a look and smush things together. Let's see what we have. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so Dragonfly Spirit, Trust Transcends Illusions. You know what? I wonder if this has to do with the 7 of Pentacles here. I wonder, because, okay, so the Page of Cups, he has a dream. Now, this is not really a tangible, I mean, obviously it's tangible, but it's not really based, I don't want to say it's not based on reality, because it could be reality, but it's an idea. It's in his head. He's like, you know what? I think I want to try this. So, but as we all know, if you have a dream and you want to bring it forth into the reality realm of things, it takes hard work a lot of times. It takes a lot of planning. It takes a lot of troubleshooting. It takes figuring out. So, but with having a dream and the page, because he's like a young person in the tarot suit. So the young people, you know, they think they could always do everything. I think this is saying don't get, how do I want to say this? I think this is saying that whatever you may want to do in the near future, that you have to really view this, because this is recommended for you for this week. You have to make sure, do some research. Do some research. Make sure that with the Truth Transcends Illusions, that whatever this thing you might be wanting to try or do or get involved in, that it is actually practical in a sense, because I feel like you might be feeling a little bit depleted, and maybe you're feeling that you don't have the fight or you don't have the energy to go after it. So then you would have to say to yourself, well, is it something I can actually do? And if you feel like, yes, it is, and it's not that bad to do, or it would be kind of a pain, but I definitely think I would find some value at the end of it, then the truth is that you should do it. And the truth is you really do have the fight left in you and you should really go for it. So that would be, the illusion would be you feeling like you don't have enough fight or oomph to proceed forward. But also you could take it on the flip side where you need to, sometimes we have ideas, I have ideas all the time. Sometimes they're not the most practical or reasonable thoughts so it has to come to a point of like, okay, well, how useful is this? Is this practical? Is it doable? So I think with whatever this Page of Cups represents for you, I think you need to kind of review it, because he's reviewing his work and he's reviewing his progress, and he might even be, because he's a gardener person, he might even be deliberating here, should he plant these things over somewhere else? Like, is it worth planting more of them? Is it not? Like, what's going on? Is it worth fertilizing them? What's happening with these pentacles? So I think you need to kind of come and evaluate certain aspects and make sure that you're seeing it for what it is and not some illusion. Because the Page of Cups, you know, he's a little dreamy. He might be seeing things as an illusion as well. So you have to kind of make sure that you are actually seeing things for what they are. And if it's worth really fighting for, you have to be aware that, you know, you need to put the extra effort in, because you don't want to miss the opportunity, or you don't want something to slide too long without taking action on. Now, Cat Spirit, claim your independence. So for some of you, I wonder if whatever you want to do, you might be getting a little bit of a pushback with, because if you feel like you're depleted and you don't have the energy, maybe for some of you, you've been kind of saying to somebody else, oh, I want to try this, or I'm going to do this. And they'll be like, oh, no, Virgos. Are you crazy? You don't want to do that. Why would you want to do that? And I think this would be saying that you need to claim your independence and start taking stock in and figuring out, well, how do I turn this dream into actually my garden of pentacles? Like, how do I do that? What are the steps going forward? So, and it could also be, if you're relying on somebody, maybe it's time to kind of, because here's what the Ten of Cups is kind of like the you know, it's a family card. It's kind of a card of, I guess, community, but things going well with each other. And that's always a good thing. But sometimes you may need to break free a little bit. So maybe this is, the Page of Cups is an idea you have of doing something a little bit more on your own, doing something a little different. And you might need to just step into that energy and do it. But in doing so, it might make you feel a little bit like, oh, I don't even know where to begin type of thing. So just watch out for that. And Fluoride, find peace within. And I think that's really going with this energy of the Nine of Wands, where you feel like you don't even have the fight anymore left in you. So I definitely think finding the peace within and kind of taking, I think this could even, because a lot of times when I get these like take a moment card or find peace, it's like about stepping away from the situation and reevaluating it a little bit, like taking some time. Or this, with this Page of Cups, you might have a dream, or you might be kind of deliberating within yourself about it. You might have an idea and you keep going back and forth about it. So I would say, because he's here, my Seven of Pentacles, I would say maybe stop deliberating. If you're in the deliberation phase with yourself, stop deliberating. See what steps you can take to actually start planting your little garden, and see how it goes. Maybe try certain things, see how it goes, and if it works, then continue on with it. So, Cassette, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. I wonder if some of you, the Ten of Cups, if it represents like family or friends or somebody close to you, and kind of this synergy in a sense. I wonder if there's a little bit more of like a structural, because if you have the claim your independence and truth transcends illusion here and the find peace within, I wonder if there's somebody or something that you feel like it's always been done a certain way and you should do it a certain way, where the Page of Cups, like, he's new, you know, he doesn't really have, his brain isn't in the box, you know, he kind of thinks, he's very about the ideas. He's about different types of concepts. Like, he's not really like, okay, well, this is how it's always been. This is how it has to be. He's like, he doesn't have that constricted thinking. So I wonder if there's something that you want to do that's a little bit not what has been done, at least in your family or for you before or something. And I think you need to kind of just really roll with it. But I think your challenge is that you may feel like you just don't even have the energy, or you don't even know how to start. And photograph, looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. And I really feel like this is actually the make new memories is really what's shouting out to me with this. Because the nostalgia also could be about the outdated thinking as well. So that kind of ties in with the cassette. But I wonder if make new memories is kind of telling you that whatever you've done, you've really worked to get to a place, like a comfortable place. And even though you might not really be certain about the path ahead, I think you can you could get to that comfortable place again. So, okay, so now heart-to-heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And I really feel like that's going with this outdated thinking and all this kind of, because there might be somebody that you need to kind of explain. You might feel like you need to explain to somebody. Like every time I'm going to do something new, I feel like I have to tell my mom. I'm going to be 41 in March, and I know technically like I'm an adult or whatever, but that's still my mom. You know, like I got to run things by my mom first. You know, even if she doesn't agree with me, doesn't mean I'm not going to do it, but I feel like I have to disclose what I'm doing to my mother. So, and sometimes if she doesn't agree with me, sometimes I feel like I have to explain it to her. I feel like I have to get my mother's blessing. That's what it is. So maybe that's just like a personal problem, but I just feel like things are going to be better if I get my mother's blessing with it. So like when I wanted to get the dog, I figure I never had a dog. I've always wanted a dog, and I turned 40 last year, and I was like, you know what? I always figured I'll wait till I get married to get the dog, you know, because they're not like cats. I've always had cats. Dogs are a little different, obviously. And I turned 40, and I don't know, I saw him, and I was like, if I'm doing it, I figured if I wait till I'm married, I'll probably be dead by then, you know, so maybe I should get the dog now. So I saw him, and I was like, you know what, I'm doing this. And I called my mom up, and I'm like, Mom, I saw a dog. And I've called her up several times telling her I saw a dog, but then I never followed through on it. But this time I'm like, Mom, I'm serious. This is serious. And once I told her, because she's always said, no, you shouldn't do it in the past. But once I said to her, I said, Mom, this is really serious. It's serious this time, Mom. She was on board. She was supportive. And she absolutely, she absolutely loves her grand puppy. Oh, she loves him. So you might have to have, if there's somebody in your life where you feel like you have to get their blessing in a sense for whatever you want to do, you might have to talk to them about it. And maybe even if they've said in the past, like, no, if you say like, listen, Mom or Dad or whoever, like, I really, really need to do this. I really feel this is right for me. You just might need to tell them like that. And if it makes you feel better having their blessing for it, I think it's definitely worth explaining it to them. And, you know, so anyway, so let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. And I definitely think that this is kind of saying that if there's something that you want to try and you're a little bit unsure about, because the page, he's all about emotions. He's not really with the action cards yet. He's not really with the wands yet, or even with the thought processes of trying to figure it out. Like there's no swords here. So this is kind of more of like an emotional thing and a work thing. Like you're putting the work in, but with this, he might not know kind of how to proceed forward 100%, but sometimes when you talk to your friends about things, they could give you a different perspective on something. So even if there's somebody in your corner, they'll be like, yeah, you could do it, Virgo. You got this, Virgo. Don't worry about it. You might need to talk to that person, because I think sometimes that's really, really helpful, especially if we're trying to figure something out. Sometimes when I talk to my friend about my plans, he must think I'm crazy. He knows me, so he knows, you know, he knows how I operate. But sometimes I have to kind of keep saying things backwards and forwards or whatever, because I'm actually working out the process in my head first. And he's just like my little sounding board. And luckily for me, he doesn't mind being the sounding board. So stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And I think this could obviously be a romance thing, but I feel like this is a little bit more kind of about some process or thing you want to go after in the future. So I definitely think you need to stay optimistic. You do have the fight left in you. But even if you feel like a little depleted right now, I think this is the Seven of Pentacles is saying, like, review the situation, really trying to figure out how you can go forward with it. Because I definitely think you have a lot of cards here that's saying that, you know, don't hold yourself back. That's what these guys are saying. Okay, let's get some quotes for you, Virgos. I need one quote for my Virgos, please. One quote for my Virgos. Okay, we got a few quotes for you, so here we go. Okay, save nothing for the swim back. I feel like you're going on a new journey, you know? So this is saying just go balls out. Balls to the wall, Virgos. If you're doing it, you do it. You do it big. So just go forward.
Don't be pushed around by fears in your mind. Be led by the dreams in your heart. And I really feel like the fears in your mind, I think, is this Nine of Wands, this kind of feeling like you don't have any fight. And then the dreams in your heart is this Page of Cups, because he has those dreams. So definitely this is saying continue with your dreams. But what obviously is recommended is the Seven of Pentacles, and he's like planning things out. It's slow progress. It may be slow, but he's persistent. He's not letting these things not grow. He's going to do what he needs to do to make sure his little garden, he's tending to his garden. So, and find your fire and do not be afraid to burn bridges that deserve to fall. Now, these burning of the bridges could be, if there's negative people, really negative people in your life, you might have to let them go, or just, I always say sometimes you have to put people on a shelf. I know that sounds kind of like mean or whatever, but sometimes you could be friends with somebody, they could still be in your life, but you mentally have them on the shelf, and you know that there could be certain things you're not going to discuss with them, or if they say certain things to you, you're not taking it to heart because they're on the shelf and you know that's how they are, and you don't have to really worry about their opinions anymore. Their opinions don't affect you because you know what you're doing and you don't need to worry about that. So some people you might have to put on that shelf. But find your fire. I think this is saying that you need to turn this Nine of Wands up, like right side up, because he's still in the defense mode when he's right side up. He's still fighting, like he's withered, he's worn, he's battered, he's tired, but he's still like standing. So you need to kind of get your little flame going again, the flame of passion of what you want to do going forward. Okay, and let me do Spirit of the Dish for my Virgos. Let's get the Spirit of Dish for my Virgos. And we have the Constant, which is the Spirit of the Bacon. Okay, now, let's see. And we have, so your dinner and a movie is romance, movies, and barbecue food. You have Pisces energy, and Pisces are very like about vision, creativity, and they could be a little bit about illusion as well. And I think they're kind of dreamers too. They're kind of like little daydreamers and everything. So I definitely think that you kind of have some daydreaming or idea, something that you want to do. Now, Aries, you have Aries energy here as well. And Aries is about energy, initiative. They could have a little bit of a temper, but it's about kind of taking action. Okay, what else do we have for you? So we have Mars, and Mars is also Aries energy, and it's all about kind of that passion, that kind of just going for something, you know. I don't say ready for war in a sense, but sometimes, you know, you want to get a dream going, or you want to bring something into reality, you go to war in a sense. You got to fight the good fight. You got to fight to make it happen. And I believe whatever you were doing with this Eight of Pentacles to get to this like 10 of Cups moment, you had to struggle. There was struggles. So I think you need to bring that, you need to tap into that energy again. And here we have Jupiter, which is about expansion and good fortune. You have the 6th house, which is about regarding your health, details, order, work, and structure. And you also have the 10th house, which is about status, career, and like your goals in life. So I definitely think this has something to do with certain goals or certain career aspirations or something that you deem valuable. Okay, now here we have H, F, L, O, F, Q, and 2. And then here, you have faith. And I definitely believe when you have a dream, you have to have faith that somehow you're going to achieve your dream and somehow it's going to work out. And let's get a little charmy guy for you. What do we have here? We have the cat with the little heart. Now, cats are very independent, and because you got this cat spirit here as well, claim your independence. I really think there's something that you need to do that, because you have the happy family here, you have this family structure, this contentment, but this is really contentment with the people around you as well. there might be something that you need to, I don't want to say step out of this, leave this behind, Virgos. But there might be something where you need to just kind of step out on your own in a way. So, and because the cat has the heart here, I don't think that means that the people around you are going to like resent you or not support you. I think it means that they're still going to love you, but they love you even though you're trying something different or you're trying to do things in a different way. So I definitely feel this energy of kind of being a little bit more independent, kind of following a dream in a sense, is really prevalent through this. And don't worry that you won't be supported because you have, stay optimistic, let your friends help you, heart-to-heart conversation. You have a lot of like really good cards here, even make new memories. So I definitely think there's something that, it's really encouraging you to kind of go beyond what you probably typically traditionally do and explore new areas in your life, which is fantastic. Okay, now Virgos, it is time. Think of your question and let us ask. Jesse, no, this is for Virgos. Can you sit, please? Okay, that's a good boy. Now stay. Okay, sorry. The dog wants to say hello, but he's kind of all over the place this morning. Okay, Virgos, here we go. What was I doing? Sorry. Okay, here we go, Virgos. This is the magic 8 ball. I got to tap into this energy right now. Make sure your answer is super clear. Okay. Oh, mystical, magical 8 ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the world. What is the answer to Virgo's question? It says, very doubtful. Okay, Virgos, the 8 ball has spoken. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.